James Rib Shack with Coach Matt Brown. Coach, good to see you.
Good to see you, Andy.
How are things at the Coliseum? I know you're in charge of getting Matt Brown.
We've gotten confused a few times.
Free every time.
That's right.
Exactly. What was it like being involved with that team this year at Northern Guilford?
It was a pretty special year. You hope every year that you're going to have a good, successful season, and I think Coach Durrell and I at the beginning of the year said to each other, if we just stay out of the way as coaches, good things are going to happen, and we're fortunate in a lot of ways to have that come true.
You got two of the best pitchers in the entire state, if not the Southeast United States.
Yeah, we're real fortunate. Ann Tewksbury moved in from out of state this season, and fortunately she moved in the Northern District, so it was a nice compliment to have two pitchers that you could rely on every night.
Do you do much with them, or kind of let them go and then kind of just make some various and sundry suggestions?
In most team sports like this, as you know, the pitchers are the hardest working players on the team. They're
ready when they get there.
Yeah, they've got to work on the weekends. Their dads sit on the bucket. They go to pitching coaches, and we're real fortunate that we talk to them before the game to make sure they're on, what pitches are working, what pitches aren't, and just kind of run from there.
You just brought up a word we hadn't even talked about in any of our shows yet, but that's one of the key components of this entire game of all these baseball, softball, the bucket. I think that's the guy that goes most unappreciated is the bucket. That bucket is there's a big bucket of balls. There's a bucket just sitting
That's
on.
right.
Go get the bucket. The bucket's a big
Yeah,
part
it's funny, at the beginning of the year, whenever the first game that Ann Tewksbury pitched for us, I talked to her before the game, and I said, Ann, I've never called pitches for you before. Tell me what your best pitches are. And she told me, she said, Coach, I'm not afraid to throw a changeup on a 3-2. And sure enough, that first game she did, we won the game 2-0 against Eastern Alamance. And from then on, it was full confidence in her and her pitching ability and her trust in her pitches that made her successful.
You call the pitches, you send them into the catcher or to the pitcher?
To the catcher. So we have a system, and you see like a lot of the colleges now go to is an armband system. So based on the hitting.
So you don't flash any signs. You don't with an armband.
No, it's a three-digit code, and the girls use the armband to and we use that from the.
Is it already programmed in an armband when they hit?
It's exactly. It's basically a 6-grid number, and it's based from 0 to 5.
Right.
And Coach Durrell from the third base will give the sign to the batter, and likewise from the catcher to myself. I'll give them a 3-digit. They look at the corresponding number on their armband, and then that way an opposing team can't pick up signs.
Gotcha. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Once they get it down.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Yeah, as long as you can read the grid, it's pretty good to go.
It's like those quarterbacks on the field these days.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How did you get involved in all this softball?
My daughter, who's now a 21-year-old, played from the travel age of 10 to about about 15 or 16, and I was fortunate enough to be around some good coaches.
What school was she with?
She went to Northwest Guilford.
Okay.
So she's 21 now, graduated from Northwest, and fortunate enough just to be around some good coaches and helping her coach. And when she graduated from high school, still had an interest myself in being involved. And Coach Durrell and I knew each other from his time at Northwest Guilford, and he kind of approached me and asked me if I'd be interested in giving a hand at Northern. And so it's been about 3 years now that I've been fortunate enough to be on the staff, and it's been nice to see us be part of some really special seasons, and this one especially.
What does this team need to not do next year to ensure you win that state title next year?
Well, I think it's not so much what we don't need to do. I think it's us just as coaches assessing what we can do better to better prepare our girls in some of the aspects of. We've got a lot of power hitters, a lot of contact hitters, and I think for us it's improving on our small game a little bit. Defensively, we've got some holes to fill with a center fielder and a senior catcher in Katie Bilbrey moving on. So we've got some assessment there to do as far as who fills that void, because we had an all-world team this year in our estimation. So we've got some voids to fill, and it's just a matter of taking those key components of success from last year and really, kind of fine-tuning it more and becoming better coaches.
And it's Katie Bilbrey, and who's the other senior?
Morgan Fuqua. Yes.
Those are the two you lose.
Yeah, that's right.
That's two pretty big losses.
Yeah, center field and catcher. That's right at the middle. Yeah,
it is, man.
And we're solid. Our infield returner and
shortstop back.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got some good key components coming. So now it's just a matter of challenging our girls in the off season to be just more solid just as a team, and then when we hit the field in February, we'll be
You've
sharper.
got a lot of pitching now with Tewksbury and also Lambeth, but are you already spinning the wheels? Have you got some working in
We've got a really good. Our Northern Middle School has really sent us some great talented young ladies. We've got 2 freshmen who are now sophomore pitchers, Kathy Hellevick and Miranda Dawson, who are our freshman pitchers on JV, and they're both solid. It's a matter of just finding them a little bit more time, perhaps, on the varsity level. But when you have 2 solid varsity pitchers now, we have to pick and choose our times when we can do that. So we've got a good stable coming up.
That fever is spread.
Yeah, exactly. And from what I understand, we've got another good group of freshmen arising from the middle school level to give us some good futures ahead.
You and Coach Durrell got connected at Northwest.
Yes, sir.
Now, where were you at when you grew up in school ball yourself?
I'm from Western Pennsylvania, so I moved down, and like a lot of young men my age, you play high school baseball and growing up, and kind of fortunate enough to, and my daughter's actually my stepdaughter, so I had a fortunate enough that she took a liking to the sport, and it was helpful that another coach got her involved before I pushed it onto her, and so I was thankful that she kind of got me started on my journey to coaching.
21-year-old daughter?
Yes, sir.
Any other children?
One other daughter, she's 25, and I've got a 3.5-year-old granddaughter who I'm going to be coaching in the Ponytail League in Summerfield in the fall.
Ponytail League.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exciting.
Kids League, then.
So I've got her hitting. She's 3.5.
And she'll be playing this fall.
Yeah, that's right. So I've got her hitting lefty. So I'm working on her from the left side.
I'm going to answer this question for us. Say, could you catch a softball while holding a baby?
I probably could. I could probably do it.
Bare hands too?
Maybe. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Man. Well, who's been your favorite sports team over the years? Any sport?
I'm a Steeler fan.
Big Steeler fan.
Grew up in the early 70s, of course, with the steel curtain.
Wow.
And so
I'm glad you're still with us.
Yeah.
Some of those guys are gone.
That's right.
Mike Webster's gone, isn't he?
Yeah, he passed away a couple years ago, and some others
I
have
guess
passed.
Jack Lambert's still hanging in there, right?
Jack Lambert, from what I understand, is a Pennsylvania State game warden. He kind of fell off the sports scene and is a game warden.
Amazing.
And I grew up in the hometown that Jack Ham grew up in.
Jack Ham, Jack Lambert, Andy Russell, all those crazy guys.
That's right. That's right.
Some good stuff. And again, how did you end up down in North Carolina? The job?
I'm a chef, and so I moved from Western Pennsylvania to North Carolina, and I'm a chef by trade. And
you're doing that now?
Yeah, I work at Victory Junction, the camp in Renton.
You work at Victory. He told us about that.
Yeah, so I work at Victory Junction. So
how did you get connected with the Petty family and all this?
Well, I work for a company that is a food service provider, and I've been with them for about 25 years. And Victory Junction approached our company to take over the food services. So I manage the food services for all of our children and campers and counselors at Victory Junction.
Well, this is your busiest time of the year, right?
That's exactly right. We just finished up a camp today.
What are you fixing those kids for lunch tomorrow?
Well, actually, they're off tomorrow. So they left us this afternoon, and they'll be back in Sunday. So our camp specializes in children with chronic medical challenges, and so we have each week is dedicated to a different disease diagnosis, and we feed our children based on basically their medical needs. So
you've
they're
got to be on your toes medically too, don't you?
Exactly right. Yeah, nutritionally, oftentimes with medical comes a nutritional challenge, and so we have to meet the needs of those kids while they're at camp.
Growing up in Western Pennsylvania, that's right?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever dream you'd be down in North Carolina working at a place like Victory Junction Camp and coaching softball for the team?
It's a pretty neat journey to we all look back at life and we have crossroads and pathways to get us where we're at in life, and I've been pretty fortunate to be part of some neat opportunities in my life, and this year was just kind of another. I look back at my daughter. I mean, every year we would ask her if she wanted to continue to play softball, and she did, thankfully. For her, just development and female athletics, I think, is so underrated because the amount of athletic ability and the character building and the team building and the way it develops young ladies in today's world, I think gives them confidence and gives them just an opportunity to lead and to be gritty and dirty on the field, but then off the field
Oh, young
they're
ladies.
young ladies.
And you
they're
say
just,
a lot. Your softball team really typifies that. And that Northwest Guilford girls basketball team, same thing.
Exactly.
Great group of kids.
Yeah, really.
Yes.
So it's really good stuff.
Well, Matt, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Andy. I appreciate you having us on tonight.
I know we'll see you.
And recognizing our team throughout the season.
enjoy
'Cause
following those
these young
kids.
ladies
Yeah.
were pretty amazing.
I just say honest, we all need to see more games. We get so busy, we're watching all these baseball games.
That's right.
We need to see. The good thing about your place, we can see a little bit of both of them.
That's right.
Northern.
We're way centralized.
Back to back, yeah.
Well,
We
thanks
need
for
to see
having
more of
me.
these games. Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
Continued success for Matt Brown, and also continued success for Russ Durrell.